I had no idea just how amazing this day was going to turn out. Well, welcome to Finding America. It is really nice to see you here. Now, I just happen to be in possession of the biggest coil on the entire planet for the Minelab Manticore, the Coiltek Mythtek 18-inch coil. Well, I have been waiting for the right conditions to break this coil out. For too long now, we've had some pretty dry and hard ground, and the digging is a little difficult. And one thing this 18-inch coil will do is go deep. But lately we've had some nice storms and heavy rains, and the ground is perfect now. And I've got two areas that I wanted to take this to, and the very first one is my old dig it all field. Well, when I headed out that day, I had no idea what an amazing day of metal detecting this was going to turn out to be. And I was very anxious to see what would happen when the beast meets the monster. Well, I wanted to take the Mythtek 18-inch coil out to my dig it all field because that's a good test for it. There's a lot of things I know are way out of reach of the standard coils, and I wanted to see how this one would do. Kind of fighting a storm that's approaching, so if it does come in, I'm going to head north to that old church grounds because I also want to try the 18-inch coil up there where I got the Confederate button and the 1842 seated dime. So, but this one was telling me I was getting about a 90-93 signal, and I pulled out iron everything out of here. Carriage bolts, nails, sheet iron, everything, and it still told me I had a conductive signal. 11 inches down, I finally got it. It's nothing crazy, but it shows you it works. It's actually a pretty cool piece if it wasn't crumpled up. It's a very old aluminum drinking cup, sort of like a coffee mug, and but yeah, that was 11 inches down, and it picked it up easily. So very happy with that, and I'm gonna go on and see what else I can get. Well, I got another deep one. This one was giving me a 49 to 50 signal, and I wanted to show it to you in situ. I'm not exactly sure what it is. It's big and heavy. Looks to be some kind of an iron piece, but I'm working on it and see if I can get it out. I may have to go get my root slayer shovel to pry this one out. Well, I just pried it out finally. That was a little bit of a booger to get out, but yeah, it looks like a stove cover, a little burner cover. Check that out. Very cool. Yeah, it's got this little, well, let's see, it should, usually that's where you put your tool to open it. But it's pretty neat. It's almost porthole sized, but I'll get it cleaned up later and get you a better look at it. But yeah, another piece way down on the ground. I'll tell you, that's another thing I really like about this coil, because it does really well on targets that aren't, you know, crazy deep. And it separates well, especially when it's paired with the Manticore. It just really separates well, especially for a big honking coil like this. And this is a really good example. I just got done digging that iron stove cover. I think it was right over there. I came over here and I got I'm trying to remember, 67 to 71 signal. And I dug the plug and this fell out. It's pretty cool. It looks like I have a toy badge. Unfortunately, it's broken, but has a pin on the back of it still. I have no idea what it says on it, but I'm gonna wait to get it home before I clean it up. It's pot metal, so you got to be really careful with that. I really just dry brush it and that's it. Once you try to clean it with anything, it just takes the detail away and you'll never know what it said. So I'll try to dry brush it out in the field, but if I can't get it, I'll do it back home. But that's an awesome find right there. Well, that storm keeps creeping in, so I had to go to the other side of my hole to try to shield the wind from the camera, but I got a very cool piece right here. Yeah, this one was giving me a pretty nice signal. I'm trying to remember here. I think it was right around 60, 61. About 6 inches deep. I gave it a pop, and check it out. It's an old toy car. I haven't pulled it out yet, but I think it's a Redline tire Hot Wheels. And looking at it, I think it's like a 70 AMX, American Motors AMX, which is awesome. Or 69 maybe. Let's see if I'm right. Yeah, check that out. That is wicked. It's seen better days. But yeah, that's a vintage old Hot Wheels. Very cool. Definitely an AMX. Body panel's falling apart in my hand. But I'll tell you what, that's awesome. Vintage Redline. I almost guarantee, just looking at the wheels and tires, it's a shame. It's in such bad shape. But that's a great looking car, and that's a great find. Well, I have to say, that beat up old toy car has to be one of the worst condition old toy cars that I've ever dug up. But as it turned out, it was one of the rarest ones that I've ever dug up. Matter of fact, that old Redline, if it was still in excellent use condition, could bring up to $300. Now, if you'd been very smart back then and not played with that car and left it in its original packaging in mint condition, that old car would actually be worth up to $700 on today's market. Well, I definitely wish that mine was in just a little bit better condition, but just finding one at all is pretty darn amazing. Well, I don't think I'm going to have much more time out here before this storm blows in. I can see it in the distance coming. But I can tell you one thing, I really know I like this coil now because it just found me a railroad spike. And I'm telling you, any machine or coil that can find a railroad spike for me, I'm all for it. So before the emergency equipment gets here at this busy intersection, here comes a very cool old train pick. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm having a ball out here. This is why I call it the dig it all field, because you just want to dig everything because you don't know what's going to come out of the hole next. So I got that railroad spike, and just off to the side and about a foot down, I pulled out this. I was not expecting this, but I am sure thrilled to have it. Look at this. You might not recognize it right now. It's a big old lump. It's got nails infused to it. But that is a sad iron. That is an old-time cast iron. The handle would have gone right here. And pretty heavy one, 3 or 4 pounds. That would have pressed some clothes and got them wrinkle-free. But that's awesome. I love finding sad irons, and I'm so happy to have another one. Tell you what, I'm having fun with this coil. I'm finding all kinds of stuff. It's pretty crazy. Got a 92 on it. Said it was down pretty far, and it was, I'd say about 10 inches. And I pulled this out, just a piece of metal, no big deal. But something flopped out right in front of me, and I think I got a pretty good bonus find. So it's up here. I set it aside. Yeah, all I know is it's a two-piece button. There's a shank on the back. Probably World War I or II. I have no idea. I haven't even looked at it. I chased down my main target. Oh yeah, it's gonna be a great seal. Heck yeah. Little cuff button from the looks of it. See if I can get you in on this. Look at that. Now that's a bonus find. I definitely like that. So, very cool piece of junk, but I got rewarded by something we would all be thrilled to find. A little two-piece cuff button from either World War I or World War II. Well, I have to say, I was so happy when I saw that Great Seal cuff button in my dirt. Not just because it's a great find, but I was hoping to find something, anything military related during this hunt, because Monday is Memorial Day coming up. And I just wanted to ask everyone to take a moment and honor and think about those brave Americans that made the ultimate sacrifice for us and our great country. Well, another awesome find. I'll tell you what, I've only been here like an hour. Although I'm pretty much going to get run out pretty soon by this weather, but I just found, I got a 54 signal. I'll tell you one thing, this thing pinpoints excellent. Pretty much you just hit the pinpoint button on the machine, center it up, and it is right below the Coiltek rectangle right here, smack right there. So every time it's there. And so, you know, some big coils have problems pinpointing, not this one. This is really sweet to use. But getting back to this is a great find. It wasn't deep or anything, just real close to the road. And I may not have hunted this little strip here that close to the road. But I flipped the plug over, pinpointer said it was here. I started wiping dirt away. Now I brushed it, but I put it back in here just to show you. Look at this beautiful piece. I'm like, what is that? And then I realized it's an old brooch. Beautiful old brooch. You can see where the pin would have clasped. Just a gorgeous piece. I don't know if I dare try to straighten it out. I might. We'll see. I don't know. I think it'll probably break. So I'll probably just leave it alone, but it's going to go into apple cider vinegar. A lot of people ask me what I do with these, and straight apple cider vinegar, just stick it in. Doesn't take very long. After about 10 minutes, 15 minutes, take it out. It may not even take that long. And then I rinse it with water, and I take a piece of quadruple zero steel wool that's soaked in water, and I put liquid dish detergent on top of that, dish soap, like Dawn, and I give it a light rub to finish it. And they come out, usually they come out looking beautiful. Sometimes the crust is just a little too strong, but not very often, not with these brooches. So that's how I do them, and we'll see how this one turns out. But what a spectacular piece. Well, that storm did blow in and it blew me out, but that actually turned out to be a very good thing. I was able to head up to that old church where I'd found the Confederate button and seated dime in the past, and what I wanted to do was finish gridding out the last section I had using the M9 coil, and then I was going to swap that out and put the Mythtek 18-inch coil and see what it could find up there. Well, as it turned out, I only found a couple things. But it only takes one good thing to make your weekend incredible. And that one thing absolutely just blew me away. Well, first couple signals were a couple of old 3030 shell casings, which that was encouraging. Then I got a 2526 signal here, and it turned out to be a nickel. It's a Jefferson, but it's an older one. This one's going to be a 1959. So I'm happy with that. Probably about 5 inches down. It was in the dirt clod, and broke it open, and there it was. So definitely happy with that, and gonna keep on going. Yeah, some of you may know that I'm also an ambassador for Coiltek. I absolutely love their coils, and I really wanted to see, once I got this place, you know, kind of cleared out. You never clean anything out, but I wanted to see if the 18-inch coil would find anything, and I think it just did. I've been swinging it about 45 minutes, digging a lot of things, but mostly just deep aluminum and little garbage pieces. But this one, I came in and it started giving me like a 92, 93 signal, and it maxed the depth meter out, and I'm like, okay, that's a really good sign. That's probably something I really need to dig. But it was just, I don't know, it was a decent signal, but it wasn't the best. But it was enough to make me dig, and I'm so glad it did, because as I got down, I'd say it finally came out about 10 inches. It was underneath a root. I had to go behind it and push it out. And I just threw it up here, and I know I got an old button. Check this thing out. Let me see here. It's right here. See that? Oh, I think I got a glimpse of the front of it, but I'm not going to say anything. I think I know what it is. But oh man, yeah, my hand's starting to shake. Check this out. Oh, look at the shank on that. Oh yes. That's what I thought I saw. Here, let me grab this. Get you out in the light. Check that out. Watch this. I can see it pretty good now. Holy cow, look at that. Oh, I'm trying to find a good spot for you to see this. Get out in the sun here. I got another block eye button. Can you believe it? Holy cow. Except this one weighs like 3 times what the other one is, because it's like a solid cast button. Look at this. Oh my gosh, look at the green. Man, when I saw the round emerald green patina come out of the ground, I just about freaked. I'm like, what the heck was that? And then it rolled over and flopped upside down, and before it did, I saw what I thought I saw a bit of the block eye. Oh, check this out. Oh wow. Check this out. Solid one-piece cast. Look at this shank. Oh, it's got a drilled shank. Look at there. Wow. Let me see if I can get a better. I want to walk over here. There we go. Look at that. Man, this thing is so heavy. I've never even held one of these in my hand. I got it 10 yards from where I got the one a couple weeks ago. And that one was a 10-back, local made, a later war button. This is a solid cast. I don't know if it's bronze or brass. The way it's green, I would say that it's bronze. But I don't know for sure. I don't have a lot of experience with these. Holy cow, look at that. I mean, it's in perfect condition. Perfect patina. Holy cow. That's insane. I'll tell you what, I have to give that one to the Mythtek, this coil. I mean, 10 inches, but I think it was on its side when I popped it out, because it was not the best signal in the world. And let me get you in on this here again. Wow. I gritted this thing, I think, twice, because this is the area where I got the shield nickel and the button back after I got the first Confederate button. So I pounded this, and I'm just thrilled, just absolutely thrilled. It's probably 10, maybe 5 yards from the gate to the old cemetery, and 10 yards from where I got the button the last time. And I waited 45 years to find my first one. And now 2 weeks later I get my second one. Oh, both different types too, but I'll tell you one thing, the Confederates definitely camped here. Oh man, I am so stoked to get this. I'm so happy. Well, afterwards I hunted a little while more, but I just couldn't take it anymore. I was just so excited. I didn't find anything else there, but I didn't care a bit. I was over the moon with the fact that I just found my second Confederate block eye button at that site. Well, I tell you, I was never more excited as I was then, as I headed out and headed down the road. Well, as I was driving along, I looked to my right, and there's a long winding driveway that goes up to a hill. Well, what's really cool is that on top of the hill is a big brick mansion built in the 1830s. Now, I've wanted to get permission at this place for a long time, and I've just never been able to see anyone outside to ask. So I thought, well, maybe next time. And I continued driving down the road, but it really started to bug me. And I thought, you know, nothing ventured, nothing gained. And I turned around, drove back, went up the driveway, got out of the car, and knocked on the door. And a very nice gentleman answered. And I explained to him that I metal detect for a hobby, and I was wondering if I might be able to use my metal detector on his property. Well, amazingly, he immediately said, sure, go ahead. And it turns out he's really into the history of the property, and he wanted to see what I might find. So you didn't have to ask me twice. I was back at the car, gearing up as fast as I could. And as I got ready to metal detect, I just looked up there, and I was like, what amazing things might be hidden here. Well, my first good target, this old mansion, was a 54. It's mixed in with some iron. It was way down underneath a root. And not Civil War related, but I thought I might have had something. But after I wiped it, I could see the crimp marks where the bullet casing had been crimped onto the bullet. Little vertical lines in the groove. So late 1800s, early 1900s. And but I'll tell you one thing, there are a lot of signals out here. I was surprised. So it's definitely encouraging. I thought I'd show you just a little bit of this place. All original brick. Massive place. It's just beautiful. The grounds are huge too. And I'm getting a lot of signals. I'm very enthused. I know there's been a ton of people here hunting, but they were kind enough to leave some stuff. And this one was sounding like big iron, and it was. This is what I pulled out, some kind of fragment. And I checked the hole, and they said there was more than one target in there, including something that was conductive. Well, the next thing I pulled out was this awesome square nail. So I always enjoyed finding square nails. So that is cool. But then something else popped out. Look at this thing. I have no idea. It's made of lead. See, it's got a little point coming out here. But look at that. See the detail it has? Get you focused in here. Is that not weird looking? I have never seen anything like that. Look here. That's the other side. That is really strange. I have no idea what that is. But it is very, very old. Isn't that amazing? I don't know, but I like it. And hopefully I'll be able to figure out what it was. Well, I got a nice 33 signal. Had to go through some rock, some old gravel. But about 6 inches down, I pulled this out. Some kind of old tool. Look at that. It's almost like a hammer on the end. Might have some writing up here. I'll have to look, but it's notched at the bottom. Pretty neat. I definitely like it. So definitely happy to have that one. I've got some interesting little piece right here. I believe it's brass. Bringing in just 1617. Yeah, it's kind of thick. Not quite sure what it is. A tip to something or a cap or, well, let's see. I'm trying to see if it's threaded. No, I just don't know. But I wanted to film it because of the age of this place. And I'm right up against one of the walls here. It's incredible. The place is so original. And so it looks interesting enough to where I want to film it just in case it turns out to be something interesting. Well, I was chasing a target here, dug a plug, and I felt my digger hit some glass. So I instantly let off, and check it out. It's a multi-sided bottle right there, probably some kind of condiment bottle. Probably not too old, but I would say at least maybe the 20s. I don't know. I'm going to work on it, but I wanted to show it to you in situ. And that's why I dig with a hand digger. And I can back off as soon as I feel something, and yeah, hopefully this one will be intact. Well, I cut a little bit more of the solid out around the bottle. I've got it loose, and I think it is complete. Haven't pulled it out yet, so we'll find out here. Just kind of curious. Oh my, check that out. It's a soda bottle, and it still has some of the silk screening on it. That's awesome. Yeah, it's going to be 30s or 40s. Not sure which one this is. It says cola. Just taking a little bit off. I don't want to take Royal Crown RC. Isn't that awesome? Royal Crown Cola. Yeah, that's an early one. Just have to. Yep. Check that out. That is awesome. I haven't found this variety before. I may have. I just never had the label on it. How cool is that? Oh, that's neat. So, I don't know. It's got a... Let's see. It's hard to make out the date code on the bottom. Not sure. It might be 60s. I'll look it up when I get home, but I'll get it cleaned up. So I'm just at the bottom of the front yard of this old plantation mansion dating back to the 1840s, and I got a 54 to 66, I'm sorry, 54 to 56 signal. I just dug a 22 shell over here, then I got a nice one. I thought, well, maybe that might be a mini ball, but it might be something just as good, if not a little bit better. Check this out. Something round in the dirt, and I'm hoping it's an Indian. It looks pretty clean. I just brushed the dirt away from it to see what it was. So I'm hoping it's not a zinc. I don't think so. Oh no, it's a beautiful Indian head penny. Absolutely gorgeous. Looks like 1892. I don't know. Let's see here. Yep, I think so. There you go. That is awesome. Wow, 1892, I believe. And that is going to clean up beautifully. I'd say that was about 6 inches deep. Give this one a wipe. Both sides of it look pretty nice. That's unusual. Might have been sitting on edge. Wow, it's going to clean up beautifully. That's not too shabby. That's a good sign for this old place. I know it's had a bunch of people that have hunted it, and I found out from the homeowner, once we were talking a little bit more, some of my friends have been out here. People I've known in the hobby for a long time, and so that was pretty cool. It was nice to know that he'd had some good people on the property. Well, the beast met the monster, and it was good. I have to say, that turned out to be a dream day of metal detecting, and you can be assured that I am definitely heading back to that beautiful mansion very, very soon. Now, don't go anywhere just yet, because I have some very special old photographs to share with you in just a few seconds. They're very special, and I hope you'll check those out. And also, at the end of this episode, there's a link that'll take you to another amazing Finding America episode. I really had a blast in this one, and I hope you'll check that one out. Now, I hope you enjoyed watching this one, and remember, it's history that makes you find a treasure. And I can't wait to see you back here next week on Finding America.